Hi my peeps, welcome to Gaylify. It's been a while since I caught up with you guys. If you're new, obviously you're warmly welcome to Gaylify. I am a UKRN. I think that's like a cliche now, isn't it? But yeah, I am, and I'm originally from Ghana, and I like to bring you content from, well, mostly healthcare in the UK. I try to bring you stuff from the other parts of the world. But because I'm here, I can really relate to the stuff happening here, and I know I can give you credible and valid information. If you want me to talk about anything at all, kindly drop a message in the comment section and I will be with you guys. So today, we're going to talk about the 6 C's. Now, if you work in the NHS in the UK and you don't know about the 6 C's, I will pardon you if you're new, but if not, you need to do your homework. So if you're new in the NHS, you are going to be hearing a lot about the 6 C's. And of course, if you're experienced and if you're old, this is like a normal thing that you hear almost every day. And especially if you're thinking of upgrading your career or whatnot, you need to make sure the 6 C's are embedded in your soul because you're going to be asked about it. So what are the 6 C's of healthcare, or the 6 C's of nursing care, or the 6 C's of care, simply put it, of the NHS? The 6 C's are the core values and the expectations of the NHS. Now, at this point, somebody may ask, what is the NHS? So the NHS is a national health service in the UK, and it is a very big organization, one of the biggest in the world. Actually, I think it is the second biggest in the world. It's publicly funded. It means we, the taxpayers, contribute to the success and to the running of the NHS. The 6 C's are not in any particular order, and any of them can come first, but I think mostly they arrange them because I suppose it makes sense to arrange them in that way. So I'm going to go according to the arrangement that is mostly found on the NHS website, but obviously you can go in any particular order that you like. My thought is that, I mean, this is the core values of the NHS, but wherever you are, wherever you offer healthcare, it's a good idea to understand what the 6 C's are and like apply it in your own care, because I think it's one of those things that's like sort of fundamental that every country, every healthcare organization can apply or adapt to, and I think it's going to give incredible results. So right, let's start with the C's. Now the first C obviously is care. If you are in the NHS, you know that you really need to be aware of what your expectations are. We are there for our patients, and I mean when you look at a lot of NHS hospitals, they've got their own vision and mission statements, and all of those ones have a component of the 6 C's, and obviously with care. So in my hospital, we have a policy where the patients are at the center of the care that we give. So everything that we do is aimed towards giving our patients the best experience in hospital and making sure that we are caring for them, and we do not break that sort of chain at any point, but we are making sure that we are continuing with it, and we're making sure patients are satisfied. Not just patients, we have people who come to us who are not necessarily ill. So all our clients, customers, patients, they are at the center. And that's a little bit about care, and I believe wherever you are, it's a no-brainer that you need to have that principle. The next thing that we're going to talk about is compassion. Now, care and compassion obviously go hand in hand. You can't give the care, well, not to a quality degree, if you haven't got the compassion for it. Now, you need to be empathetic, you need to respect people, you need to value people's dignity, and you have to really feel it inside you, the motivation, because trust me, if you're looking at the money, yes. So compassion, it has to come from a place within where you get that satisfaction and that zeal to do the best for your patients. Empathy, you can put yourselves in your patient's shoes and sort of mirror the kind of things that you would expect if you were in their position, and strive towards getting it for them. People like to be respected, no matter how ill people are. They want to be respected, they want their dignity to be upheld. So you need to be doing all of that, and that is all in compassion. Now, the third C is competence. Competence is a journey. You don't achieve it all of a sudden. It's a growth. And there's nobody that's perfect at the things they do. So it's about building, it's about growing, it's about making sure that you're up to that level where you can safely deliver your care. You need to make sure you're practicing within your limits, and you have to make sure you are completing your mandatory trainings, you are learning, you're doing your CPDs, you're attending workshops and trainings. You need to make sure that you know what you're doing. If you don't know something, don't push through it, don't limp through it. Ask somebody for help. There's so many people that are above you in terms of knowledge and understanding and competence. Consult them. So the fourth C is communication. People like to be told what's going on. You wouldn't be happy if you were just, told by somebody that, oh, we need to do blah, blah, blah. And then you don't know what it's for. You don't know what is going to change with regards to the care that you're receiving. You absolutely know nothing. You're just there. People come to you, tell you things that is going to happen to your body. You speak to people about your complaints or worries and you don't hear anything back. That is quite frustrating, isn't it? So one of the main things that we strive to do is to communicate well, not just with our patients, but with our colleagues as well. You need to be feeding back to your team. And obviously, with our patient being the center of our care, every kind of question that your patient or your client has for you, you need to help them out. And obviously, the answers do not have to come from you necessarily. You can always refer them to a higher or to another person for the answers. You're explaining procedures to them. It relieves a lot of anxiety and stress. The last but one C is courage. Now, if you know the right thing to do, you need to be able to stand up for it. What is the benefit if you know what the right thing is, but people are not doing it and you can't even say it? Once you've got the idea, you make sure you're pushing through with it. Make sure you're standing up for what is right for your patients, because we are their advocates. Sometimes they will come to us as nurses after the doctors have, spoken to them and everything. If they don't understand, most of the time they will not request to go to doctors. They'll come to us. You need big courage sometimes, and you need small courage sometimes, and you're making sure that things are being done to the utmost quality for your patients. Now, last but definitely not the least is commitment. You see, there are a lot of things, a lot of challenges in the NHS. We're dealing with short staffing, we're dealing with low pay, we're dealing with work burnout, we're dealing with a lot of things. But because of the commitment that we have towards our patients, towards our team, towards the NHS as a whole, we're pushing through. We're trying hard to see the ways that we can manage and the ways that we can improve things. And we're committed to making sure the quality of care that we're giving to our patients is not compromised despite all the challenges. So it is the commitment to quality care, the commitment to support your team when they're going through difficulties. And in this country, mostly in the winter period, it's quite difficult. But that is a time where we need people to stick together and push through for the trust. So guys, I hope this has given you, a bit of idea. If you do hear about the 6 C's next time, this is what they're talking about. And it's not just about knowing it, it's about applying it. I think in every kind of job or kind of work institution that you are in, you can take something from the 6 C's and apply it to the delivery of care to your clients, your customers, or in the NHS, your patients. And let me know if you've got any questions about it. Or if you've got other explanations that and scenarios that you want everybody to benefit from. I think that would be great for all of us to know. So until I see you again next time, bye bye. Go out there and keep practicing your 6 C's.